Why don't we go ahead and give Miss Elsie her bottle?
Okay.
Now, a couple of things with bottle feeding, whether you have formula or breast milk in the bottle, you want to have the baby in an upright position so that the head is above the tummy. When you're positioning the bottle at the baby's mouth and when she's ready to nurse, as the bottle is tipped up, you need to keep the bottle tipped so that the formula is always filling the nipple.
Okay.
And away she goes. She's hungry. She's a
And
good eater.
how far up should I tip the bottle?
You're doing perfect. So as
Okay.
long as you're seeing formula here and not air, you're doing great. Okay?
And the bubbles that are forming when she drinks?
The
is
bubbles
that
are
normal?
fine.
Okay.
Okay.
And how often should I be feeding the baby?
Babies are going to feed anywhere between 3 to 4 hours if they're eating formula.
Okay.
Breast milk will tend to empty the stomach a lot sooner,
Okay.
sometimes every 2 to 3 hours.
Okay.
When you get halfway through her bottle, that's when you're going to want to slow down, take it away from her if you can, and try
Okay.
and burp her.
Okay.
Some babies get a little frustrated at that point, but it's always good to try and get rid of any air bubbles they may have in their tummy.
Okay.
Because if you go to feed a whole bottle and then they have air bubbles stuck in there, after you're done with the feeding, they may just go ahead and spit a lot of that up.
Okay.
It just kind of depends a lot of times on how much air they take in with their feeding. Some babies are gulpers, some babies are not.
Okay.
That's why it's important to always burp. If you have a baby or you're concerned that your baby is spitting up way too much, then you would want to talk with your healthcare provider.
Okay.
Feeding time can also be a really good time for you and your baby to get to know each other. If you notice how close your faces are at this point, this is about how far a baby can focus. So it's a
Okay.
really good time for you guys to bond and for her to get to know your face. Let's go ahead and take the bottle away and try and burp her. There are 3 different positions you can use for burping. They're all just as good as the next. It's just going to depend on personal preference, and you're going to get to know which one works best for your baby.
Okay.
There's one that's up over the shoulder, where you're resting the baby's head right here and patting the baby's back. You can also rub. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
There's also a couple where you sit the baby on the lap, lean her forward. You'll have her supported with your hand underneath her chin and across her chest, and then you pat her back with your other hand. The other one, if you cross your legs over, place the baby over the top of your leg on her tummy, and then pat her back. Which one we want to try first?
Let's try over the shoulder.
Okay. Burp cloths are always nice.
Okay.
Come in handy.
Now, should I put her face above my shoulders
Yeah,
or
perfect.
lower? Okay.
That way that will help to support her head.
Okay.
If you just kind of hold her up like that. There you go. Then pat her back. You can either pat or rub.
Okay.
Some people like to do both.
You're telling Mama a story, aren't you?
Yeah, it's okay.
You got any air bubbles in
And
there?
how long does it normally take for them to burp?
You just want to try a couple of minutes.
Okay.
I mean, you don't have to try for 30 minutes. If they don't
Yeah.
burp, they don't burp.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is you're going to get to know your baby very well. You're going to get to know her habits. You'll get to know her cries, her coos, her looks. Hi. And then you'll know how often and how much. See,
Oh,
there we
there's
go.
one.
Yeah, look at you. Oh my goodness.
Should we try a different position?
Sure.
All right. Let's try the one across the lap. How did you?
Sit. You want to?
Yeah, across.
This one works best if you go ahead and cross your legs.
Okay.
Actually, why don't you cross your leg over the other way? Since we're facing this direction, it'll be easier just... Now, if you lay your burp cloth across your lap to protect
Okay.
your pants, and then just lay her across your lap like this.
Okay.
You notice she's kind of in an upright position, and then just go ahead and pat her back.
Pat her back. Okay.
She can look around.
Yeah. Is there one position that's probably better than the other, or it's just
Not necessarily. Whatever works for you and
Whatever
baby.
works for the baby.
Whatever
Okay.
comfortable. Okay, tickle. And try sitting her in your lap.
Okay. All right. Let's try the other position.
All right.
Okay.
And then you just kind of lean her forward a little bit, and that will help give her a little extra support.
Okay. Where
And
should
you
I
just,
put this hand?
You're just going to keep this hand underneath here.
Okay.
Now, when babies are a little bit smaller, sometimes it's easier if you grab underneath their chin, too,
Okay.
because they got wobbly heads.
Okay.
She tends to help hold her head up by herself, so. And it's real important to keep your hand right back here at all times. As a baby gets older, sometimes they'll push backwards, okay? And you want to
Okay.
make sure that you've got that support there.
Okay.